Are we ready to record? Are we going to show people how to play flute today? Show them. Yeah.
Hello everybody, it's Miss Gara, and today I am going to make the long-awaited, what you have all been waiting for, the audition etudes. Look, teachers need to have, lives outside of their musical jobs that used to be their hobbies, so we have to find new ones. First things first, you need to practice the metronome. I know a lot of you are kind of like, but I don't like the metronome. How are you supposed to know you hit the goal tempo if you don't use a metronome? I'm just saying.
What does Boston say? Play with a metronome. Play with a metronome. Yeah, that's my good boy.
In this video today, I'm actually going to use a metronome and show you what tempo you're currently playing at. So today I'm going to play this at two different tempos. The first tempo is going to be a practice tempo for those of us who haven't quite gotten a grasp for all the rhythms and all the right notes, so on and so forth, so you can do this over and over and over again and mark whatever you need. The second tempo is going to be a medium tempo. For some of us, that's going to be full tempo on the first etude and a little slower on variation 1 and slow on variation 2. Then the last part of the video is going to be at full performance tempo without a metronome. So let's jump right in. Now, if this is the first time you're actually looking at this, let's talk about a few fingerings. Some of you know me well enough to know that I am a big advocate of certain fingerings for certain things and blah, blah, blah. I'm a huge advocate for, marking in accidentals if you need them. Does that mean we write in the note? No. But let's say if you keep missing a certain note over and over and over again. First time, mark it with a pencil. Second time, highlight it. Third time, mark it in blood. That's a joke. Use a red pen. Don't literally use your blood. That's disgusting. If you know this information, feel free to skip over it. It's not necessary for you to actually go through this if you've already gone through it. This is for everybody who isn't in lessons and needs a little extra help. A few things in the theme. So we have a few accidentals. We run into a few C sharps and G sharp. C sharp is the same as D flat. G sharp is the same as A flat. D sharp is the same as E flat. E sharp in the third measure of the second line of the theme. E sharp is the same as F natural. Remember, a fermata is supposed to be held longer than the written note duration. Personally, I like to hold it a little longer. There isn't a caesura between the fermata note and the C sharp, so I would continue on. Don't take a huge breath or a pause. And that's as easy as that one gets. Variation 1. This one's very straightforward. I feel like a lot of people find this one a little bit easier than the first one. There's not very many accidentals in here except the one C sharp. Note the key change. We are in F major here as opposed to the theme being in G major. Be careful in the second line of variation 1 that you're counting the ties correctly. Yeah, use a metronome. And that's pretty much all I really have to say about that. Rhythmically, it's pretty easy. It's very straightforward. Now variation 2, we're in 6/8. So that means we get 6 eighth notes per measure and the eighth note gets the beat. Now it says dotted quarter note equals, which means there are 3 eighth notes inside a dotted quarter note, which means we're counting the macro beat, which is the larger beat, versus the smaller beat, which we're not counting the eighth note. But this first recording is done with the eighth note getting the beat. Here we're actually in A minor, so the relative major is C major. That's why we don't have anything written in the key signature. If you notice, we have consistent accidentals. We have a lot of G sharps. We have a lot of C sharps. We do have one A sharp in the last measure of the first line. For that, we're going to use lever. The trill is starting on the second line, going into the third line. G sharp to A, you have a choice. You can either trill both fingers, or you can trill one. It's whatever your fingers are more comfortable doing. Some people's fingers are just a little more dumb when it tries to move one, so you can move both. The next trill is E to F, which is the basic E to F. We know that one. And the next trill is F to G, which is just wiggling the first finger, and then D to E natural, which is just wiggling finger 6. And now I'm going to play the etudes at a slightly faster tempo. Also, just minor tips and tricks. If you know how to double tongue, I almost don't even say it's a suggestion. I almost don't want to say it's an option. I want to say it's a, dare I say, it's a requirement. In order to play with good style, a good light lifted style, double tonguing helps a lot. It almost takes some of the grunt work out of trying to be more lifted. My suggestion, or really is to double time. And now I'm going to play them at full speed all the way through. There's a slight discrepancy with the variation 1 tempo marking. If you can play it faster, great. If you can play it clean and fast, great. Note the emphasis on clean. If you can play it at the marked tempo, 72 or 108, just make sure it sounds good. Cleanliness over speed is the requirement any day. For today's purposes, I'm going to play it at 72. Those of you who choose to play it at 108, great. Just use a metronome to work on it to go faster. I wonder if they're ever going to get tired of me saying to work with a metronome. Okay, so this last one, again, there's a discrepancy between tempos. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a happy medium. I'm actually going to play this at 65 in the dotted quarter note. So there you have it. That's all I can really give you to help you out. If you're in lessons or not, feel free to ask me any questions. I'm always here to help. Feel free to send these videos to people that are not in lessons. The point of these are to help everyone, not just a singular person. Anyway, I will see you guys later. Good luck at UIL. Let's make these last few weeks of school exciting. Feel free to hit the subscribe button and leave me a like. It helps me get some kind of traction, even though I'm just making a video for the people I teach for. See you guys later. Bye!